This is Paul McBeth, throwing one of the holes at the Des Moines Challenge. I've studied Paul McBeth so much that I know by the run-up and by the disc he has, he's definitely throwing 400 plus, maybe 450, maybe 500. I've been told by members of the slingshot community that this is true. This is a distance driver hole. Regardless if it's 400, 450, 500, he's throwing it far. Notice how his shoulders are not at the 180 degree position. Those shoulders are only turned around so far. Why is this important? Most of my clients over the last 2 years have their shoulders turned 180 degrees. The thing that matters, the thing that is interesting is most of these clients are stuck at 300 to 350 max distance. It's because they're not actually coiling, not the slingshot coil. You'll see professional disc golfers at this 180 degree with their shoulders, but you have to understand they have tremendous mobility and flexibility, and they have gotten into that coil position with their shoulders much differently than you probably have. Let's get into it.
All right, welcome back to Slingshot Disc Golf. Today is a simple video directed at athletes or those who want to be athletic within the move of slingshotting a disc. If you're an athlete and you learn to coil your shoulders immediately, then you're gonna skip the foundation of what it takes to be explosive. It's the absolute most detrimental thing an athlete can do, is to immediately learn to coil your shoulders. Here's why. Coiling the shoulders is a two-step process. You get on your back leg and you turn your shoulders. This right here is the worst position an athlete can get into. When you get on the back leg and then you coil the shoulders, you straightened your leg, you opened your back hip, and you turned your shoulders. Because that's actually what you're doing. You're not coiling anything, you're just turning your shoulders. Straight leg, open hip. You do not perform athletic movements with straight legs. If your knees are not bent, you're not gonna have optimal rotational ability. So when you coil those shoulders, not only is your back leg straight and your hip is opened, because of that, you didn't actually coil your body, so you're not gonna be explosive with your stomach or your leg. So now, you're gonna have to literally rotate your shoulders as fast as you can. And what that really means is you're just throwing with your arm. When you do that, you're gonna end up looking like this right here, when we wanna look like this, right? Really, you're just pulling the lawnmower at that point. If you're an athlete and you're serious about this, you have to start with your legs. I like to break it down into a three-step process at first to help you get the order of events. Back leg, slingshot coil, then extend the shoulders. Step one, back leg. What does that mean? That knee has to be bent at all times, and that pressure has to be on the ball of your foot at all times. The moment the pressure goes to the heel, or even worse, you end up on the heel or the leg is straight, you're just not doing anything in common with other sports at that point. You're not being athletic. You're making yourself immobile from the ground up, relying on your shoulders. Back leg, bent knee. That's step one. Step two is the slingshot move. It is the coil of the first part of your torso. When you turn those shoulders, your shoulders dictate everything. You want to take care of this part of the torso first, and then you get to the shoulders. Don't need a disc for this. Step one, back leg. Step two, coil into the hip with the stomach. Coiling into this leg, coiling into this glute, this hip. That's opening it up. That feels bad. Right there. I didn't turn the shoulders. I haven't done anything with the shoulders yet, but I am fully coiled up from here down. Back leg, slingshot coil, extend, explode. Knee bent, coil into the hip, then extend. So now I'm gonna help you feel it. Number one, what does your core feel like? Well, if you don't know, let's get on the ground, get in a V-sit position. Now you can't use the hips of the legs and just go like this. That shows how bad my mobility is. Okay, now you know what the core feels like. Now we want to feel the load into the hip, into the leg. So now I want you to get into a squat. And you're going to do that same core coil like this. And as you coil, feel that leg load. Feel all the pressure here, knees bent. More importantly, you're not opening the hip. And when you don't open the hip, you're gonna feel it go into the hip. Like right now, I can feel my glute. No glute feeling right here. What is it like to add the extension? Coil right to there, and then just extend your arm, your shoulders will turn, and you're gonna feel it up through your back. So what you just did with this, in comparison to this, I gotta get a shirt. The shoulder coil is taking this shirt and turning it around. Now this right here, you're now taking the shirt and you're coiling it up. Boom, uncoil. Bottom line is you wanna be quick. You wanna be rotational, you wanna be explosive. Your shoulders are like a sail on a sailboat. Trying to be just quick with the shoulders is there's no quickness there. Eliminate the shoulders. Watch this core quickness. Boom, boom, super quick. Quick twitch muscles in my stomach. I can coil and uncoil quickly. I can involve the leg. That's how you get explosive. Standing up straight, going like this, no quickness at all. This is way more physically demanding. There's more than one way to do it. Coiling the shoulders, in my opinion, is important because it lines up with an activity. Because disc golf it's an activity to have fun with your friends, and not everybody's gonna be able to become an athlete. Like, I'm exhausted just doing these demonstrations because I'm an athlete in this movement. It's my weak leg. I'm playing baseball left-handed, so I have to work really hard and put in a lot of effort to be able to do this. Now, this will not be for everyone. So I call that the slingshot coil, but real quick, what about during the X step? Well, it's called the slingshot move, or as Teacher Man calls it in baseball, the forward move. It's exactly the same thing as what Teacher Man teaches Aaron Judge to do and all his students. So you're gonna get on this back leg, and you're gonna coil against this leg as your momentum and your body is drifting this way. Not a pro position, not a pro position. Slingshots for everybody.